This storyline dives deep into classic Young and the Restless territory, schemes, power plays, revenge, and redemption all tangled together in the world of Genoa City's most cunning minds. It begins with Phyllis Summers at a crossroads, tired of being underestimated and determined to show everyone that she's every bit as sharp, ruthless, and capable as the business titans who've looked down on her for years. The upcoming episode unfolds as Phyllis takes her most daring step yet, offering Victor Newman a corrupted version of the artificial intelligence program that everyone's been fighting over, one that could bring him to his knees instead of to victory. The setup begins after Phyllis feels double-crossed by Kane Ashby. She and Kane had been working on a highly advanced AI system, one that could analyze corporate data, manipulate markets, and expose vulnerabilities in rival companies. Kane, seeing an opportunity to make a name for himself, tried to outsmart her by selling the project elsewhere. But he underestimated Phyllis's ability to adapt and strike back harder. She managed to steal the original version of the program, making subtle, undetectable changes that even Kane didn't realize were there. These changes turn out to be the key to her revenge and redemption. Knowing that Victor Newman is always hungry for power, she decides to approach him. She knows that if she dangles the right bait, an opportunity to destroy Jack Abbott and take over Jabot, Victor won't be able to resist. She plays on his oldest obsession, his rivalry with Jack. Phyllis presents herself as the perfect ally, painting Kane as unreliable and herself as the genius who can hand him a digital weapon capable of dismantling every business rival in Genoa City. Victor, skeptical but intrigued, agrees to her terms. Victor doesn't suspect a thing. He believes that with this AI, he'll have the upper hand over everyone, from Jack to Adam to anyone daring to challenge his empire. He sees the program as the ultimate tool, something that will give him access to data, secrets, and financial leverage across the city. He's already picturing Jabot falling apart and Jack forced to crawl back to him in humiliation. What Victor doesn't realize is that Phyllis has carefully embedded a Trojan horse within the program, a digital time bomb designed to corrupt his entire system once it's activated. When Victor loads the program onto Newman Enterprises servers, everything seems fine at first. The AI begins analyzing data, producing reports, and even giving Victor mock projections about Jabot's weaknesses. He's thrilled, convinced he's on the verge of destroying Jack's legacy once and for all. But slowly things start to go wrong. Files begin disappearing, the server starts to lag, and confidential documents become corrupted. It takes Victor a moment to realize that the virus has spread beyond control. His entire digital infrastructure is being eaten from the inside out. By the time he calls in his tech experts, it's too late. Phyllis's trap has worked flawlessly. The program has wiped out vast amounts of data, compromising private files, and essentially paralyzing Newman Enterprises' internal systems. Every effort to stop it only accelerates the damage. Victor's fury is volcanic when he realizes what has happened. But by then, Phyllis is already several steps ahead. She's not hiding, she's out in the open, calm and almost smug. Phyllis finally turns the tables. For years, Victor has used his wealth and influence to manipulate everyone around him, including her. Now she's the one who's outsmarted him. She gives a sharp, unapologetic explanation. She knew what kind of man Victor was and she knew he'd eventually use the program to hurt people. So she made sure that the only person it could hurt was him. She warns him that if he ever tries to use technology to play God with people's lives again, he'll lose far more than data next time. This act, while dangerous and morally gray, positions Phyllis in an unexpected light. She's not just the schemer anymore. She's the woman who took control of a dangerous weapon and prevented it from destroying everyone else in town. In a strange twist, she becomes a kind of hero, at least to those who see through Victor's manipulations. Jack, for one, might be stunned to learn that she's the reason Newman Enterprises' plans collapsed. Even those who've doubted her for years start realizing that Phyllis might have just saved Genoa City from a digital disaster that could have taken down every major business. In the aftermath, Phyllis holds the last copy of the AI program, now fully under her control. The question becomes whether she'll destroy it completely or keep it as insurance, knowing how valuable it could be. Her choice will define her future. If she destroys it, she'll prove that she's learned from her mistakes and can finally move beyond her scheming past. If she keeps it, she risks falling back into the same cycle of manipulation that has always cost her everything.